So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark. Maybe just a better kind of bitter. Lose gravity, I'm swimming in the quicksand. Up to my knees. Keep losing sleep, I'm at extreme at midnight. So hard to please. Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark. Maybe just a better kind of bitter. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby, ooh. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby, ooh. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby, ooh. Think about the stuff we play. How I'd rather do that instead. I keep screaming out loud from the top of my lungs, baby.
This is too smooth. I honestly didn't even really want to say anything on this, but that's what the people want. That's what I came here for. Get into it. I like my coffee black, white too. Don't turn this to no controversy. It's my boo. I can make $250,000 off a haiku, and I can make another quarter off it times two. If it's money on the table, I'll be on it like Bobby or Epic. You peep the aesthetic, it's hard to forget it. I hear you talking, but you're hardly right. I'm the voice of your prototype. Summertime and then why? Yeah. Summertime and then why? It's too cool. Get the dry tops out. Summertime and then why? If it fits right. Bottles over here. Summertime and then why? Summertime and then why? I'm talking 6 a.m. tea times. 18 with the mayor talking land banks. I waited for it, gotta get mine. Snag a seat up at the table if my man can't. Heading to a meeting, we're familiar with no briefcase. Just my mind in a free state. I got a plan through a vision, but it takes time. I'ma make mine. Summertime and then why? Yeah. Summertime and then why? Yeah. You know the drill by now. Summertime and then why? Get everything together, get the squad together, get the gang together. Summertime and then why? Summertime and then why? Started in the back golfers, now I run the front. Call the shots, make the deals, know the deal, know what's up. Too much for the books, then I put it in a tuck. Too much for the tuck, then I give it to my love. Once I make $1 million, man, $1 million won't be enough. Watch me fake the struggle while I get it off the hush. Now it's JetBlue miles, Rolex dials, frowns turn to smiles. Summertime and then wow. Now we come to an end. Summertime and then wow. And the falls upon us. I want you to bring that energy. Summertime and then wow. And run that thing back. Yeah. Until next year. Summertime and then wow. Yeah. And wow. Summertime and then wow. Yeah. Be gone.
Yo. Y'all excuse me. What's up, YouTube? What's up, everybody on Facebook? Come on in. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, okay. Your boy is back. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all hold up 1 second. I'm over here tripping, y'all. I only got one light on. I got to get my other light on so I can set the entire atmosphere, you dig? Y'all do me a favor, go ahead and share the video. Go ahead and like the video if you have not already. And we're going to jump right into it, y'all. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, let's try this again. Okay, yeah, much better. All right, y'all, it's your boy JD, aka Mr. December, and we are back with another video to remember y'all. And listen, don't forget, I don't care where you are, I don't care what time zone you're in, what area code you're in, it's always summertime in NY, y'all. Listen, go ahead and like the video, share the video. We're going to jump into the conversation. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that's been watching, everybody that's been subscribing, all of my day ones. Yo, I really appreciate you, and especially the lovely Gabrielle White Caudle, the ultimate day one. You feel me? So, what are we talking about tonight, y'all? Y'all are looking at the title, you're looking at the thumbnail. This whole Deion Sanders thing, right? It just keeps getting a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper. So, what are we talking about? Y'all, there is a pastor out of Kentucky. And in addition to him being a pastor, he is also the president at a HBCU in Kentucky. He's also a president at a HBCU in Kentucky. We are talking about none other than Reverend Dr. Kevin Cosby, right? And he's the president of Simmons College in Kentucky. So, that's kind of a big deal. You understand what I'm saying? So why are we talking about him? Let me see. Let me get my screen pulled up here. And I know y'all are not really used to me coming on at this time on Thursday, but we're trying something new. We're trying to get better, right? All right. Who are we talking about? We're talking about this gentleman right here. We're talking about, oh, that ain't gonna work. Y'all can't see that. We're talking about this gentleman right here, Kevin W. Cosby, right? Now, who is this gentleman? We're gonna look at his Wikipedia. Is there a Wikipedia on here? I don't know. Let's go to his website. Let's check this out. Oh, his official website. Here it is. Dr. Kevin W. Cosby. Oh, for more than 40 years. Watch this. Dr. Cosby has served as a senior pastor of St. Stephen Baptist Church, the largest African American church in the state of Kentucky, as well as the largest, watch this, private employer of African Americans in the state. In 2005, Dr. Cosby was inaugurated as the 13th president of Simmons College of Kentucky. In 2007, he led the once fledgling college to reclaim its original campus that was lost during the Great Depression, and has since expanded the college's campus to 3 locations, and he continues to serve as the president. Okay. So shout out to our brother Kevin W. Cosby, right? Now, what's the problem? What's the problem? My wife Gabrielle says, I thought pastors pray good things, not pray for a person to fail. Y'all, that's what we're talking about. Dr. Cosby has come out and said that he hopes that Deion Sanders fails. Y'all, that's not what's up. He says that he hopes Deion Sanders fails at the University of Colorado, or Colorado University, whatever you want to call it. Why is he upset? Now, he's upset because he says that Deion promised a lot of things. And he says that Deion didn't keep up his end of the bargain. That's what he says. He says that Deion didn't keep up his end of the bargain. He says that Deion promised a lot of things. Said he promised a lot of things that he didn't fulfill his promises on, right? Shout out to Miss Faith Lewis in the house. That's why I don't go to them churches. My Lord. And see that? Look, that's a problem right there. That's a problem right there. These kinds of attitudes are what it's what turns people off about church. Sometimes it's what turns people off about coming to the Lord. Right? I'm a pastor. I would never wish failure on anybody, especially another brother, but nobody for that matter, right? Now, it was all over Twitter. It was all over Twitter. I got it pulled up. Oh, there it is. I got it pulled up. I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me do this right here. Oh, that don't make it much better. But it's okay. I'm going to read it to y'all. He says, this is Dr. Cosby. He says, I want him to fail because I want black institutions to succeed. That bothers me right there. Why is it that everybody can't succeed? Now, I know the history behind the HBCU football program and all other types of things, right? The reason why HBCUs fell off. But the problem is that a lot of the alumni and a lot of people, a lot of black people that's talking all of the smack, that's talking all of the noise, they are people who do not support HBCUs. I said it the other night. When was the last time you donated to an HBCU? When was the last time you volunteered? When was the last time you did anything for HBCU? Right? So he says he wants black institutions to succeed. I do too. I believe most of us, especially black people, want black institutions to succeed. Watch this. He goes on and he says, the only reason Colorado lured him from Jackson State is because of the wealth divide. This is not about Deion personally, but why white institutions have all of the money. Let me tell you why that's wrong right there. Because if y'all remember the other day, I played a clip from the athletic director of Colorado. And he said, what did he say? He said they didn't have all of the...
Here comes the money. Money, money,
Dollar, dollar.
He said they didn't have all of the money, but he was certain and positive that they were going to get it between the president, the chancellor, the deans, and all of that. He said, whatever it takes, they are going to come up.
Here comes the money.
Dollar, dollar.
Dollar, dollar. They won't come up with it. But do all preachers and pastors feel this way? Everybody doesn't feel this way. And there's a bit of a divide in the community, right? It's a bit of a divide. Now, another popular preacher and pastor out of Atlanta, Pastor E. Dewey Smith, he's on there as well. And he replied, he said, come on, my brother. In response to the tweet that says he hopes he fails. He said, come on, my brother. I know who you are and what you mean to us, but you want him to fail? That's the same thing I said. I think that's kind of extreme. That's really extreme, in my humble opinion. Deion is my friend who has long dreamt of coaching at the highest level of college football. Is it wrong for him to pursue that dream? Fact. Now that's one of the arguments that I have. Everybody's worried about him leaving, but what about what's best for Deion? What about what Deion wants? What about his dreams? Should he cancel out his dreams just to make everybody else happy? I would suggest not. And the reason is because, look, if you go back and look at the interview that Deion never promised that he was going to stay at Jackson State forever. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, he promised this and he went back on his promise. Look at all of the good things. Look at all of the good stuff Deion has done for that university. And much of it out of his own pocket. But then there's more. There's a little bit more. Y'all, he issued out a statement. And y'all, I thought it was going to be an apology, but he didn't apologize. Rather, he doubled down on what he said. Now, I want to ask y'all a question, and y'all put it down in the comments if you want to chime in and share your thoughts. Would you go as far, if you're on the side of the people that's mad at Deion, would you go as far as to say that you hope he fails at his new assignment? Would you? Let's look at what somebody else said. Okay, here's the original tweet. Now, we just read what E. Dewey had to say. Let's check out this again. He's replying. He said, I get it. What I do know is his employment at an HBCU will change, but not his commitment to leveling the playing field. He will continue to use his influence to help us grow. I, too, am an HBCU grad, so I get what you're saying. We have work to do. We need our HBCU strong. Facts. And that's what it all comes down to, guys. Look, we've got work to do. Now, this could be the silver lining in all of this is that maybe this will help us to come together more to continue to give our HBCUs the attention, right, and the support that they so deserve. I want to look at a couple of more responses. Let's see. Somebody else says, Deion showed all black institutions that it can be done. It can be done. You are not talking about he gave It can be done. You are not talking about he gave his salary back to Jackson.
Here comes the money.
Dollar, dollar. He gave a lot of his salary back to Jackson. But yet you still hope he fails? Where they do that at? You are not talking about money he made for Jackson State and the SWAC. You are talking about you hope another black man fails. Not cool. Y'all, in my opinion, it is not cool at all. And that's exactly what I mean by that crab in the barrel mentality. Because since he's moving on and moving to a Power 5 school, now you want him to fail. Now you wish failure on what he's doing. What if Deion Sanders had it in his mind to continue to try to help Jackson State while he was at Colorado? Who's to say that Deion won't try to get an HBCU or two on Colorado's schedule to give that national exposure, right? What if that's what he intended to do? I don't think a lot of people are thinking about that, and I don't think that a lot of people are thinking about this in the proper manner. Let's see what somebody else says. Oh no, that's hate. A melanated pastor. And look, y'all, this is what bothers me. She put it in quotation marks. A pastor, and he's been a pastor for a long time, right? He's been at Simmons University for a long time, but now this is something that tarnishes his reputation and his influence as a pastor, publicly stating that he wants another melanated man to fail is wild. Pure nasty work. I would never want such a person having a hand in my child's education. And there it is right there. Another reason of why somebody can say, I'm not going to a HBCU. Another reason to give somebody to from an HBCU. Do y'all see where this is going? Gabrielle says, I think it's a bit much to put so much on one person. Facts. Meanwhile, how many are not even leaving the NFL and coming back to coach, donate, or make significant contributions to HBCUs? It's not fair. It is not fair to put that all on one person. Yo, shout out to Kevin C with the super chat. I don't know what currency that is, but nonetheless, thank you so much for supporting the channel, my brother. And he says the people with the loudest complaints are the ones who did nothing to ensure that Coach Sanders stayed at Jackson State. No donations, no money, or no help. Oh, my bad. I hit the wrong button.
Here comes the money.
No money. No money. Shout out to Kevin C, man. You are exactly right. You are exactly right. But why is it? Y'all, I heard something the other day, and I forgot to mention this on the show on Tuesday, but I'm going to mention it here. Yo, Deion Sanders had to fight with the facilities people at Jackson State University just to get the lawn mowed at the practice facility. head football coach who y'all don't want to leave so bad. But he had to ask, he had to beg, he had to plead for the grass to be cut. And guess what? If nobody started cutting the grass after a little bit, after a day or so, guess what? He went out there and started cutting the grass himself. In my humble opinion, that doesn't mean much, by the way, but in my humble opinion, y'all, Coach Prime was mistreated at JSU. I'm sorry. He was mistreated. He was taken for granted. And what people are really mad about is that he took his money and ran. Well, not ran. He took his money and left. Right? And the reason why they're so upset is because they're fearful that they won't have that kind of money coming in anymore. All of the money that Prime donated on the locker rooms, on the tennis courts, everything that he did out of his pocket, they're not going to get that anymore. Well, they might, but not from him. Stood back, watched, and tweeted. That's exactly what they did. Stood back, watched, and tweeted, man. And I think that's a problem with our communities. We're all talk, but too many people don't want to put any action behind it. This was I don't know who Brian Griffin is, but he says you specifically said you want him to fail instead of using this as a teachable moment to others. You are looking forward to a black man to fail. How do we get behind your message? Is this the message that you want our young men to get behind? And I would suggest that this is not the message that we want to send out to young black men. It's not good at all. It's not good for HBCUs. It's not good for us as a community, and it's not good for us as a people. Because I guarantee you, in other communities, if somebody came out and said that they wanted one of their peers or one of their colleagues to fail, I guarantee you, number one, they wouldn't even do it. But number two, I guarantee you, if they did do it, somebody would check them. Somebody would do what? Raise up that red flag. Shout out to my man Kevin C again. He says Prime elevated over 20 plus. He elevated JSU over 20 plus different ways. Sponsors, contracts, millions of dollars, high exposure, high level recruits, ESPN, and 2 SWAC championships. Two. Shout out to Kevin C. But people don't realize that, do they? What have you done for me lately? Uh-oh. Y'all, look at this. Look at this. Here we go. Here's another reason. Somebody says, and you call yourself a man of God. Wow. Wow. Disappointing to read these words coming from a clergyman. You could have made your entire statement and left that sentence off. I will pray for you, for that wish is not of God. It's not. It absolutely is not. And see, what did I say just a minute ago? That's another person. That's another person who he gave a reason to talk bad about preachers and pastors. That's another person that he gave a reason to talk bad about the black church. That's another reason. He gave somebody another reason to talk down about the church, period. Oh, this is why I don't go to church. Am I right about it? Y'all do me a favor, like the video, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you can always be notified when I drop a video or go live, y'all. So I don't understand much behind the reason why he's saying this. You know, Deion is not really, or he could be. Deion is not really taking any money out of his pocket. You know. Let's see. I want to find. I want to find the statement. I want to find the statement that he put up. Let's see. Let me see if I could. What do y'all think in the comments section? Let me see if I can find this statement. I'm sure it's here. I know it's here because I just saw it. But y'all know how it usually goes. Here it is. Y'all know how this usually goes. When somebody of prominence has to come and they've said something and they have to come out and apologize. And you know, usually they do apologize or whatever, and you know, say they learned a lesson or this, that, and the third, or whatever have you. Not this guy. Not this guy. Y'all know what I said when I read his statement?
Bruh.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Do y'all want to see it? Y'all want to know what he said? Here it is. He said recently, and he's gotten a lot of backlash for this. Watch this. Recently on Twitter, I made the comment that I hope Deion Sanders fails in his move from HBCU Jackson State University to the University of Colorado Boulder. My statement was not intended to disparage or to wish ill upon Deion as on a personal level when I said I hope he fails. So basically, he's doubling down. Basically, y'all, basically he's doubling down and saying I don't mean for him to get ill or I don't want him to get sick or anything like that. I'm not wishing ill on him as a person. I just want him to fail as a coach. Y'all, let me throw one stat out there for you. Deion Sanders is the first. He is the first HBCU coach to be elevated to a Power 5 school. Now, what do I mean when I say Power 5? When I say Power 5, if you're a football fan, if you watch college football, you know that there are 5 conferences in the nation, right? 5 conferences, and these are the biggest schools. You got the SEC, Roll Tide, you understand? You got the SEC, you got the ACC, you got the Big 10, you got the Big 12, and the Pac-10. Those are the biggest conferences in the nation, right? And he wants him to fail. My man John Robinson agrees with me. Gabrielle says it's a shame hate came from a pastor instead of praise and support. Facts. Why can't we support our brother and get behind him? Because he's already brought so much. He already brings so much to HBCUs as a whole. I don't think it's so much about white validation. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I don't think it's so much about white validation as much as it is about the opportunities and the potential for other HBCU coaches to get brought up, for more players in HBCUs to get drafted to the NFL. Roll Tide, right? Roll Tide. This is a really big deal. Now, it seems like a lot of people, some people are against the pastor, some people are going against this pastor. Yeah, some people are going against this pastor, some people are going right behind him. But let's go back and see what Kevin C said. Thank you again for the super chat, my brother. He elevated JSU over 20 plus ways. Over 20 plus ways. He didn't just go to JSU, get the notoriety, get a paycheck, and leave. He didn't do it. Shout out to Josiah. We need to check ourselves sometimes, right? They brought him up because of him recruiting. That's what the little guy he called the puppet master said. The puppet master said. I'm not really 100% sure on that, so I'm not going to speak on it. But he is a great recruiter. He is a great recruiter. Nobody can deny that. Nobody can deny that. Now, what else is it? What else is it? It's another thing I want to show y'all. Something else I want to show y'all. Let me see. Y'all bear with me in just one moment. Oh, here it is. Now, I want to read a piece of this article to y'all. And thank y'all so much for joining us. If you're just tuning in, my name is JD, aka Mr. December, and I want y'all to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Share this video. Because I promise you, this is a good discussion. And there's much that we can learn behind this. Now, here we go. I got this article pulled up here, and I want us to read and look at a piece of this article. Okay, Deion Sanders' decision to leave Jackson State University for a head coaching job at Colorado has stirred up a lot of emotions. I don't know a better way to describe it. In one camp, watch this. There is a segment of the population that feels like Sanders has done all he could at his present post and deserves a step up to an objectively more prestigious job. Okay? Watch this. In the other camp, there is a group maintaining that he made a lot of promises related to Jackson State and HBCUs that he is essentially going back on. I don't agree with this. I don't agree with it because Deion, y'all, I said it in the video the other day. Deion donated a lot of money to have facilities up to code, a practice field, and then not only did he hook Jackson State up out of his own pocket. Here comes the money. Dollar. Let us not forget, he went over to a rival school and helped them to get a practice field too. A lot of the times when the team had to travel, when they stayed in hotel rooms, guess who paid for it? Coach Prime. A lot of times when they had to fly somewhere, guess who paid for the flights? Coach Prime. Adrian Crook says Walmart paid for the practice field. Who negotiated the deal? If Walmart did do it, he negotiated the deal. Right? Let's get back to the article. All right. On Wednesday, a new layer of complexity was added to the equation. Y'all watch this. I don't want y'all to miss this. Do not miss this. Now, right now, when we get to this part, let me find I'm gonna put this up here. All information from here forward is alleged. Okay? Allegedly. Oh, let me pull it back up. Allegedly, in a now viral post, a self-proclaimed insider claims that part of the reason why Sanders is leaving is because of an alleged misuse and stealing of money that has previously gone unreported. JSU put in Deion's contract that after 30K in ticket sales, he would receive a percentage of the sales, the claim reads. That didn't happen. The whole time he was there, the whole 3 years he was there, it didn't happen. The ticket sales got missing. Deion, the football team, nor the staff saw any of that money.
Here comes the money.
Dollar, dollar. Y'all, if that's true, this is messed up. If that's true, this is really bad. Because what they're essentially doing is taking advantage of somebody that's trying to do something good, somebody with a good heart. Because he didn't have to do what he did. Deion, he didn't have to do any of that. While his car was getting broken into, he didn't have to do any of that. While his son's car was getting broken into, he didn't have to do any of that. While his office was broken into multiple times and the university decided not to investigate or nothing was done about it, Deion didn't have to do all of that. But he stayed there for 3 years, right? Did a lot of things, a lot of notoriety. Not too long ago, ESPN College Game Day was at JSU on campus. Only the second time in HBCU history. But what was it? They were probably saying, oh, you know what? Deion has enough money. All of this money that he's bringing in, let's keep it for us. Let me see what y'all are saying in the comment section. Tax write-offs are business moves that's nothing to hold against him. Facts. Facts. John Robinson said he's not surprised. Adrian Cook says, what about the newspaper article saying, let the young in free to pack the stands, so it would look good on TV. Add the vet isn't owned by JSU. They don't get money from parking or the hot dogs. I hear what you're saying. I hear exactly what you're saying. And, packing the stands, I mean, that's, I don't know about that. Because when JSU played Alabama State, that stadium was sold out. It was packed. And I'm down here, right? When JSU played Alabama State, y'all, that was a big deal. I've never seen that many people in that stadium before, ever. Some of them had to take baths in the pool. But guess what? He paid for a hotel room for them so they could get cleaned up decently. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that at all. Let's go back to the article. Check this out. Watch this. It says there was a lucrative TV deal in place that Deion wanted to get, but the university did not. It seems like the university was holding them back. A lucrative TV deal that would have helped the university, but yet y'all mad because he left, but y'all didn't want the TV deal. What's up with that? Deion, with his own money, built a new locker room and tennis courts. All the new designs came from Deion's pocket. The new players' lounge, Deion. He also used his own money to feed his players. All of the fancy meals you saw the players eating, Deion. When JSU went to the Celebration Bowl last year, the school didn't give any money back to athletics. The report continued. Deion used a lot of his personal money to fund numerous things around the campus. The university did not help. The president The president wanted his name in the headlines as much as Deion. And that's the problem. You cannot tell me that that's not a crab in the barrel mentality. God deliver me from folk that got to have their name up in lights and want to be in the spotlight when they didn't do anything to get there. Deion Sanders had a very successful career in the NFL and in the MLB. He was a household name, made records and everything. He has a notoriety. It's something about Deion that nobody else has. Deion Sanders, I promise you, if y'all haven't picked up on it yet, Deion Sanders is one of those once in a lifetime type people. There will never be another Coach Prime. There will never be another Coach Prime. But guess what? He can teach others how to do it. He has a lot of knowledge that he can pass on to other HBCU coaches. Other people on his staff, he can pass down. Look at Nick Saban. Alabama Roll Tide. Nick Saban has taught other people how to do it. Kirby Smart, University of Georgia, #1 team in the nation. Beat Alabama for the championship. Kirby Smart sat up under Nick Saban. Kirby Smart learned how to do it. Now, Kirby Smart is on top, right up there with Nick Saban. Lane Kiffin, another Nick Saban guy. He sat up under him and learned. Now, look at Kirby. He's building something over at Ole Miss. Steve Sarkisian. He's went on to coach at the national level and over at the University of Texas. He's struggling a little bit, but he's an outstanding coach. Right? And that's the thing we need to learn. Instead of hating on somebody else for doing better, we need to learn from them. Why can't we learn from each other? That's what community does. That's what every other group of people does. They learn from each other, learn from their mistakes, and learn from their successes as well. Right? It's wild if it's true. Watch this. There's more. What? Deion said that he was going to finish out the season at JSU. He was going to finish out the season and was going to finish it out strong because he had committed to that. He never said that he was going to stay forever. Never did he say that. Deion wanted to coach the celebration this year. JSU president said no, and the Celebration Bowl is sold out. Celebration Bowl is sold out. I don't know if it's ever been sold out before, but one thing that we do know is that it's sold out now.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
Dollar, dollar. Adrian Cook says he said he was leveling the playing field, but he's picking from that swag. It's players that he got, that he recruited. What's wrong with that? The president said no. The jury is out on if he will or not. A last minute offer was made for $1 million for Deion to stay, but he had to pay his staff out. Come on, man. Come on. Okay, Deion. Okay. We want you to stay, right? We like you. You've done great things here. We want you to stay. Look, I know they offering you $5 million. They're offering you $5 million over there. But if you stay, we'll give you $1 million, but you got to pay your coaches out of that. Make that make sense. Somebody help me make that make sense. His coaches deserved a raise. He didn't get it. He wanted to bring a lucrative TV deal. They didn't want it. So why are you mad at this man? Why are you wishing for him to fail when it looks like the university wanted to fail themselves? You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Adrian Crook. Shout out to Adrian Crook. Yeah, they tripping now. Now what? Now what folk got to say? Oh, we'll give you $1 million if you stay. But out of that $1 million, you're gonna have to pay your coaches, bruh.
Here comes the money. Money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
I don't think this is good at all. It's not. It is not. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. This is all the way messed up. Eventually, the truth and accuracy of this will be determined. But for now, it is certainly evoking more sympathy for Sanders' decision-making process that he received a few days earlier. And let's just play devil's advocate for a moment. Let's just say Deion Sanders did promise some things. Like somebody just said, this was a slap in the face. We're going to give you $1 million. We're going to give you $1 million, but you got to pay your coaches. Y'all, after that, I don't care what kind of promises he made. The university is not keeping up with theirs. And then if they really wanted to pay him, why didn't they take that lucrative TV deal that they were talking about? Oh, y'all working against me now. Now y'all working against me. So what y'all are really mad about, y'all didn't want me to make the TV deal, okay. But what y'all are really mad about is that I'm not going to be pulling out of my pocket anymore. That's what they're really mad about. A lot of people are saying, oh, he's already a millionaire. And What does that mean? Y'all want the man to go broke? Y'all want him to straight? Y'all just want him to give all of his money by himself when y'all won't even donate $4 a month to an HBCU? Somebody make it make sense, because it's not making a whole lot of sense to me. Let's look at what somebody said. You know, this really says a lot about who Deion is, if it's true. Never once did I hear him talk down on JSU or complain about these things. He just went to work and gave it all for the kids at that school. What a guy. Much respect to Coach Prime. Much respect to Coach Prime. Oh, he's already a millionaire. Let's just drain his resources dry, and we're not going to give anything to help him. Sounds like they wanted to work against him. But through all of this, through all of the backlash, through all of the hate that he's been given, he never said a mumbling word about this stuff that's allegedly going on. He never talked about what he did. And that's somebody that we can learn from. That's somebody the black men can learn from. That's somebody that the black community can learn from. It's not about hate. It's not about putting one person over the other. The president wanted his name in the headlines. He wanted his face out there, but how many times was he out there coaching? It seems like he was working against Deion. Y'all, jealousy is real. Jealousy is real. You can't tell me that it's not. It's real, y'all. And it's real in our community. Let's read something else. Shout out to Faith Lewis. I don't remember the number, but yes, Deion agreed to give so much of his salary back to the university for facilities and football upgrades. He seems to be 100% genuine on paper, and if true, provides a fresh smell on college athletics. He's done made his millions. He's about the kids. Facts. Shout out to Gabrielle White Caudle, who shows up to work for free. It's laughable. It is absolutely laughable. 100% laughable. People are talking about he sold out for the bigger job or whatever. Some of y'all would leave your job today if somebody else offered you $5 more an hour. Somebody stop me when I'm lying. And you know, the wifey told him to get his behind out of there. You see the smile on her face now. You know, he's got to take care of his family. He's got to. He's got to take care of his family. Let me go back. Let me go back to my man Kevin C. Shout out to Kevin C. The people with the loudest complaints are the ones who did nothing to ensure that Coach Sanders stayed at Jackson State. My. When you're right, you're right. Anyone in here ever donate their salary back to their job? Just asking for a friend. Nobody would do that. But folks expect Deion Sanders to keep doing it?
Bruh. Stop the cap.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Listen, y'all. I don't stay on here too long. We do a little bit, but I want to bring up something else. I want to bring up something else really quickly. And this is coming from our boy Ricky Smiley. Wait a minute. I thought I had it. I must have lost it. Y'all hang on a second. Let me find this video really quickly. Oh, here it is. I found it. I'll pull this over here. Y'all continue to let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Let me pull this back a little bit. And we're gonna watch. Now, Ricky Smiley, he did go to an HBCU as well. Okay. Let's see what funny man Ricky Smiley has to say.
People are mad at Deion Sanders. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out, I mean, unless I'm confused, unless I missed something. I'm trying to figure out why the crowd, the fans.
Mind you, Ricky Smiley went to an HBCU. He reps it all the time.
Was booing and saying bye Deion at the game. I'm just trying to figure it all out. Because now unless you are one that didn't change jobs, didn't change a church, changed church and went to a different church, or changed job that went to a job that paid you more money or anything else, then I can understand you might having something to say. If you didn't change wives or change husbands or got a divorce or went to a better relationship or a better situation that was best for you and yours or whatever, then you cast the first stone, right? Now, it came in, bought attention to HBCUs that haven't been brought to HBCUs for a long time, never promised to stay. Say that. If you watch the interview on 60 Minutes, when they asked him, was anything else going on with, if another opportunity comes, he said, yes, I'm going to go and take a look at it. He was very honest, right? So my thing is, if I'm in the audience at Jackson State University, I'm screaming from the top of my lungs, thank you, Coach Prime.
Did y'all hear what he just said? Thank you, Coach Prime, for what you did. Instead of hate, we need to congratulate. Right? Let's keep going.
Thank you, Coach Prime. All right, so is he taking the football field with him? Is he taking the brand new football field with the auto?
He said, is he taking the football field with him? No. Is he taking the new facility with? No. He's not taking any of that with him. Oh, y'all want to know something else? Deion Sanders also negotiated a deal with Under Armour for all of those nice uniforms. And guess what else? JSU is the only other school in the nation besides Oregon that was able to have a new helmet for every game. But people are mad at Deion Sanders. Man, come on. Let's keep going.
Official turf that he made the phone call over to Walmart. Is he taking that with him? Is he taking the locker room with him? Right? Okay. So everybody upset at him. Did anybody place Ms. Pat, can you go in there for a second? Did anybody place an offer? And give me about 5 minutes. Did anybody place an offer to match what Colorado gave him? Anybody?
Notice he said match. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Gabrielle White Caudle. She says, great show. Thank you so much. Listen, if y'all want to support the show, if y'all want to support the channel, if y'all want to support the community, you can hit that super chat as well. You can also, my Cash App is also in the description. If y'all want to support, please do. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Let's keep going just a little bit longer.
Anybody say, hey, even if you don't have 5 million, hey, here's 4 million. The SWAC could have gave, because he bought so much money and so much attention. Did anybody say, hey, Deion, if everywhere Jackson State go, you keep selling out, we're going to do some kind of split to try to get the money up to close to try to match what you're being offered. I don't know if that's true, but I'm just saying, as a businessman, he don't have to explain nothing to nobody. He was there for 3 seasons. And sometimes you're only in a situation or in somebody's life for a season.
Did y'all hear what that man just said? Let me hit it one time for Ricky Smiley, man.
And then to have to be booed and disrespected. Like I really seen him. I really seen football players make videos, not even from Jackson State, from other school, F Coach Prime and this, that, and like I don't understand. Because if more people are buying tickets to come out to see Jackson State play in the Sonic Boom March or whatever, that's good for all the HBCUs. They benefit from that. And I don't understand, man. I'm gonna tell you something about our people, man. We'll love you one minute, and the minute you make a decision that's best for you and your family, all of a sudden you're the worst person in the world.
Crabs in a barrel. Coach Prime was the greatest thing going. But as soon as he elevates, F Coach Prime. Yo, we can't advance like that. We cannot get any better like that. We can't. It's not possible.
Explain that. Explain that. Only thing y'all should be doing is telling that man thank you. That man, and then don't think just because he at Colorado, he can still get on the phone and make phone calls and get things moving for HBCUs. And then if everybody treat him like that,
facts.
And then somebody like Shannon Sharp or whoever might be the next coach, or if you get another high profile name or Emmitt Smith or another Hall of Famer to come and coach at an HBCU, like, are we gonna get treated like that? Is that the way it is? Like, we love you when we're here, in the minute you.
Y'all, this is so important. The way people are treating him now, who else would want to come to an HBCU and coach? Who else that made a name for themselves in the NFL at a high level would want to come back and coach? Oh, because if I do better, they're going to help me. If I move on, they're going to hate me. Listen, I don't know. Ricky Smiley is preaching.
Make a decision to leave. Yes, it hurt to see him go to Colorado. I personally did not want to see him go.
Facts.
I love the energy.
Facts.
That he brought to HBCU. But if he got to go, he got to go. That's his decision. We have all made decisions and tried to do what was best for our family. And it's wrong for people to be on the internet dogging him out or whatever. Like that's crazy. This is why I shut down the Ricky Smiley Foundation for stuff like that. I got turned off helping people.
Wow.
I got turned off. I couldn't stand out there in the middle of Legion Field giving away backpacks or whatever, only to get cursed out at the end of the day because somebody got 4 backpacks instead of 6. They got 4 backpacks instead of 6, and you end up getting cursed out at the end of the day. Damn, Ricky Smiley. And then you come talk that shit to me, I'm going to talk that shit back. You ain't going to talk that shit to me. I said the word for the phrase for the day is thank you. You didn't have no backpack. Just the whole attitude and the whole demeanor of our people and how we act and how we treat each other and how entitled everybody is. The fuck he was supposed to do. Then me and my kids, we ain't having no, my kids ain't never had a Christmas where we laid up here and opened up presents under the tree. We get up at 3 o'clock in the morning because we like to serve, and we go into different houses and different apartments or whatever, only to get there to the apartments in different places where we were delivering toys at 3 o'clock in the morning, along with the Birmingham Police Department. You go in some people's house, some people really need the help, and then you go in other people's house, they already got shit. And then they put their name on every list and they got stuff. And just watching people take advantage of somebody's kindness when we trying to help. Man, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, black folks are motherfucker, man. We are mud. We are mud. Our whole demeanor and attitude towards people, everything, everybody love you until they don't get what they want. I got people that don't speak to me this day because I changed my membership from one church to another. I'm cool with everybody. I had to do what I thought was best for me at the time and what was best for my family at the time. So I'm a bad person. Then all of a sudden you start thinking of every bad thing that you don't like about that person. Every bad thing. Now here come all the bad shit. All of a sudden, Coach Prime, is a bad person because he ain't with, man, all of the money, Alabama State games sold out, all of the games sold
Didn't I just say it?
out. And then he done won. He done won the SWAC last year, won the SWAC this year. Now they're going to the big championship or whatever, doing his thing. Open up the doors wide for anybody to come to Jackson State and take over that program or whatever. And then here's the other thing. Everybody that's sitting up there in the stand talking about some buy Coach Prime, how much motherfucking money did you donate to Jackson State? How many checks have you written to A?
Here comes the money.
HBCUs. I can say it because I just sent a check for $5,000 to a HBCU 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I put my money where my mouth is. Anytime a coach called me or a high school coach called me and said my kid needs socks or the football team needs socks, anytime there's somebody having a situation, hey man, Mr. Ricky, we short on food. Boom, what's your cash out? Boom. Hey, me and my sister, we ordering pizza. We got pizza coming over there to the hotel while the basketball team, not just Alabama State. I got coaches and programs all over the country that need mouthpieces and face masks. And I'm talking about my comedy club money that I walk on stage. And the reason I do this for these people because they're kind and they're appreciative. And if I say I don't have it right now because I'm already within a budget, they say, cool. They'll say, well, fuck you then. That's how black folks is. Everything cool until they don't get what they want. They fuck you then. You ain't all that in a way. Oh, honey bun ass. Oh, that's how we do each other.
Y'all hear what he's saying? He does it because they're appreciative. Shout out to Gabrielle. The phrase for the day is thank you. Listen, y'all, that's all we have for tonight. I think that's a great place to end it. Ricky Smiley summed it all up. He summed it all up perfectly. Y'all, if we're going to get better, if we want to see black communities again, if we want to see two-parent households, if we want to see our people elevate and do better, we have got to get rid of this mentality, y'all. I need y'all to share this video. If you got any value out of it, share the video, like the video. I promise you, y'all, likes are free. It won't cost you a thing. It helps us out over here if you like the video. And then subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll be back. And y'all always remember, I don't care where you are. I don't care what time zone you in. I don't care what area code you in. It's always summertime in NY, y'all. It's your boy JD, aka Mr. December. We out, y'all. Peace.
This is too smooth. I honestly didn't even really want to say anything on this, but this was the people want. This is what I came here for. This is what I'm getting to it. I like my coffee black, white too. Don't turn this into no controversy. It's my boo. I could make $250,000 off a haiku, and I could make another quarter off it times two. If there's money on the table, I'll be on it like Bobby or Evan. You peep the aesthetic, it's hard to forget it. I hear you talking, but you're hardly right. I'm the voice of your prototype. Summertime in NY. Yeah. Summertime in NY. It's too cool. Get the drop tops out. Summertime in NY. It fits right. Summertime in NY. Summertime in NY. I'm talking 6 a.m. tea times, 18 with the mayor talking land banks. I waited for it, gotta get mine. Snack a seat up at the table if my man came. Heading to a meeting, we're familiar with no briefcase. Just my mind in a free state. I got a plan through a vision, but it takes time. I'ma make mine. Summertime in NY. Yeah. Summertime in NY. You know the drill by now. Summertime in NY. Get everything together, get the squad together, get the gang together. Summertime in NY. Summertime in NY. Started in the back office, now I run the front. Call the shots, make the deals, know the deal, know what's up. Too much for the books, then I put it in a tuck. Too much for the tuck, then I give it to my love. Once I make $1 million, man, $1 million won't be enough. Watch you fake the struggle while I get it off the hush. Now it's jet blue miles, Rolex dials, frowns turn to smiles. Summertime in NY. Now we come to an end.